So, hello guys, with the name of God, Ram Ram. Obviously, Media.net asks the hardest unseen DSA problems in their online assessments for 41 LPS ETC to freshers. And by doing standard DSA sheets, you cannot solve this question. You need lots of hard unseen DSA plus OA plus CP training for it. And you should always be ready to think new things on the spot. So if you are someone who is watching this recording after the actual session is done, please know that you need to complete this prerequisite course. Obviously, I'm Kumar, you already know about me, but you need to complete this prerequisite course, specifically the graph part of this prerequisite course. It warms you up for any kind of DSA OACP problems of these topics which are asked the most in general. So you have done this, and then you need to know a very important mathematical concept which I have taught in this segment. So go through these documents, complete the work, only then you are eligible to understand what I am going to tell in this problem. So this actual problem is very difficult. Let me first solve the easy version of the problem in this session. Easy version. You are given a grid. You are given what? A grid with positive numbers and minus 1. Now, you are given a grid with positive numbers and minus 1. Your life is going great. You can, just let me check. You can travel from any cell to any other cell up or right or down or left, okay? Up or right, just let me check, or left. Like you can, so like you can do these things. These basic things should be clear to you now, okay? Okay. Oh, so guys, what they're asking is that they're asking you the count of pair of cells, count of pairs of cells, count of pairs of cells. Also, one more condition is there, that you can only travel the cells with positive values. Negative values are blocked. Negative valued cells are blocked. Count of pairs of cells x1 comma y1 comma x2 comma y2 such that it is impossible to travel from x1 comma y1 to x2 comma y2. This is the easy version of the problem. In the difficult version, they just added one more constraint, and that constraint is, just let me check, is the value not reachable. Okay. In the advanced version, they're again asking you the count of the pair of cells x1 y1 x2 y2 such that it is impossible to travel from x1 y1 to x2 y2, but the value at x2 y2 should be a multiple of x1 y1. That is asked in the harder version. We will solve it later, guys. Now do you understand why did I teach you in the previous session how to know the number of pairs such that one is multiple of other? Because same concept, when added to this, you will get 41 lakhs in your bank account. React with love emoji if you understand the importance of the previous session joining with this one. It's very important. If you do not know the previous jargon, you cannot do this directly, not at all. Clear? So let's start the most important basic job. Let's solve the easy version. Forget about multiples. You are given a grade. Okay, so now what will you do? We have many ways to solve it. First, let's do the basic breadth first search. You know now, if it start BFS at any cell, it starts expanding itself. Okay, this is the, like, the people who are watching this in this second document, thank you so much. Always listen and respect your sister, mother and father, okay, and have faith in God, but do what is right now, and brother also. But guys, whoever is watching this video later on, आपको ये डॉक्यूमेंट खोल के पढ़ना पड़ेगा तो ये आपको समझ आएगा. इसमें वीडियो लिंक भी ऐड करूंगा, वो भी देख लेना. So let's take some examples now. Yeah, so we have to start our enjoyment. So let's think how can we enjoy. So first of all, Ram Ram. Always start and end everything with the name of God, Ram Ram. Let's say I give you a grid like this. I just want to check the brain of each person in the meeting. -1, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -1, 8, 6, 7, 9. Guys, this is the grid given to you. Let's take one based indexing for the ease. Can you guys tell me, rather than the cell indices, directly tell me the all the pair values such that you can go from that value to that other value? Tell me, guys, which are those pairs? Acha, 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 acha. That will be easy question for you. Now we have to calculate the pairs which are not reachable to each other, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And guys, while calculating those pairs, now you can totally ignore the negative values. For negative values, you do not need to calculate any pair. Okay. It was given in this problem also that for the negative values, the SED value is 0 for the negative one, right? For blocked cells, the SED value is -1. Okay. Guys, just let me check if that's what they meant. It's written in such a small language. You can traverse. Said value Sij is defined as the sum of the values of cells which are multiple of, okay, but not reachable. Okay, but for blocked cells, okay, okay, okay. Guys, for blocked cells, you do not have to use much brain. For each cell, you need to know to which other cells it cannot reach. So, guys, for cell number 2, please start everyone writing in the Google chat which cells it cannot reach. Which cells it cannot reach. And yeah, while telling those things, na, don't tell me the negative numbers. Okay, negative numbers are not considered as valid cells at all. So, guys, lovely student, listen to me and tell me that in this scenario, if you start traveling, let's say you are born here, which cells you can never visit. From here, you can go right, up, down, and you can travel any way you want. Which cell values you can never visit? React with emojis if all of you have the power to write the answer in the Google chat. Aditya Shandile, you have the power. React with love emoji. Okay, so you can get love from DSA in return. So guys, please write in the Google chat and love from many people. So guys, बताओ दो से कहाँ कहाँ ट्रैवल नहीं कर सकते हैं उनके नंबर लिखो कौन है वो लोग from cell to which other cells you cannot travel. Write their values. Don't write their indices in the Google chat. अरे फ्रॉम 2 यू कैनॉट गो टू 8 ना 2 से 8 कैसे जाओगे ब्लॉकर है ब्लॉकर नहीं दिख रहा है यहाँ पर क्रॉस क्रॉस है -1 ट्रैवल कर ही नहीं सकते लिखो 2,8 अरे इतना नहीं आता तुमको कोडिंग भाई क्या हो गया है अच्छा लिख रहे हो क्या अच्छा सॉरी सॉरी आता है 2 8 मुझे वो चैट नीचे दिख ही नहीं रही थी कि नीचे स्क्रोलिंग का ऑप्शन है ठीक है सो 2 8 6 7 9 2 8 नहीं गाइस ऐसा नहीं चाहिए मुझे जगदीश्वर वाला चाहिए जगदीश्वर अंडरस्टैंड्स मी 2,8, 2,6, 2,7, 2,9 even though you don't write those commas. So guys, for this cell, how many are there? 2 8, 2 6, 2 7, 2 9. So its SED value is 4. Like this, you have to calculate SED value of each cell here. And when you are at negative value, the SED value, just write it as -1. The question is saying ignore the -1s. Okay. So guys, the SED value for this 2 is 4. Because there are 4 cells which cannot be visited if you start your traversal at 2. Guys, for 2 there are 4 cells which you cannot visit. Guys, if you start your journey from cell number 3, then guys, can you tell me which cells you cannot visit? Tell me which cells you cannot visit and how many cells you cannot visit. Again, you cannot visit 8, 6, 7, 9, right? Because you have to go down and down there is a blocker cell. Okay. Again, there are 4 cells which you cannot visit if you are considering 3. If you are considering 4, again there are 4 cells 8, 6, 7, 9 which you cannot visit. If you are considering 5, you cannot visit 8, 6, 7, 9. Actually, this is a lucky problem. For 8 also, can you guys tell me if you start your journey at 8, which are the cells which you cannot visit? टेल मी इन द गूगल चैट. इफ यू स्टार्ट योर जर्नी एट 8, तुम यहां से चालू किए हो, 8 से 6 चले सकते हो, 8 से 7 जा सकते हो, 8 से 9 जा सकते हो, कहां पर नहीं जा सकते हो? फीलिंग आ गई होगी. ब्रिंग फीलिंग्स फॉर द क्वेश्चन, नॉट फॉर द गर्ल्स, नॉट फॉर योर क्रश, not for the guy, for the question. Yeah, so what it is? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so Aditya Chandila is listening to me. He's writing in the same order. But comma nahi hai Aditya. 8, comma 2. 8, yeah, so now you guys understand these things that from 8, you cannot travel to 3 or 4 or 5, right? You cannot travel those things, right? Sir, I cannot travel. So, what is the SED value of 8, guys? 4. For 8 also, there are 4 cells which you cannot visit. For 6 also there are 4 cells which you cannot visit. For 7 also there are 4 cells which you cannot visit. For 9 also there are 4 cells which you cannot visit. You have to add them all up. What is the final sum? 4 plus 4 plus 4, 16, 32. Guys, what is the sum of all the SAT values for each cell? You have to find how many other cells are not reachable, get that count and keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding. Clear? Guys, tell me the total sum. कितना आया सबका निकाल के सम कितना आया लिखो. इतना भी नहीं आता क्या? 32 दीपायन, 32. 8 का 4 है, 6 का 4 है, 7 का 4 है, 9 का 4 है, इसका 4, 4, 4, 4, तो 4, 4 कितनी बार आ रहा है? 8 बार आ रहा है ना भाई. आंसर इज 32 माइनस 4. कोई बता सकता है माइनस 4 क्यों लगा? ओनली द पर्सन हु इज वेरी ऑब्जर्वेंट इन द सेशन, दे कैन ओनली टेल मी कि सर ने 32 निकालेगा तो माइनस 4 क्यों किया है. देखते कौन दिया इसका आंसर. Correct. Only Abhiram is, yeah, only Abhiram is active and Ajinkya and Aditya Shandilya. जो भी फाइनल आंसर आता है ना उसमें तुमको माइनस करना है द नंबर ऑफ -1 इन द क्या कहते हैं इन द मैट्रिक्स, बिकॉज इधर लिखा हुआ है द एसईडी वैल्यू फॉर ग्रिड सेल विद -1 इज -1. सो ये कॉमन सेंस की बात है, ये इसका आपको सोचने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. ये मत पूछना कि सर ये कैसे करना है, हम इसको कैलकुलेट ही नहीं करेंगे. जब फाइनल आंसर आ जाएगा तो सीधे जितनी -1 है सबट्रैक्ट कर देंगे, खत्म. सो वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन फाइंडिंग दिस वैल्यू. सो गाइस, नाउ व्हाट विल बी द ब्रूट फोर्स सॉल्यूशन? कैन एनीवन टेल मी डायरेक्ट ब्रूट फोर्स? if we have to use no brain, how can we solve this problem? Very easy. Start BFS from each cell na, and just see where you are able to visit. BFS basically you will assume this thing to be a graph. Okay, brute force is assume the grid to be a graph. Assume the grid to be a graph and do BFS for each cell from each cell I comma j and check how many other cells you can reach, and that is the SED value for that cell. Like this, keep adding the SED value of each cell, and in the final sum, that's it. So BFS will start traveling, right? Guys, write the basic solution. Right now, BFS for from each cell. Don't you know, guys, these basic things? That BFS from each cell, if you do, it will start traveling. I don't know if you know these things or not, but okay, let me teach you. So let's say this is your grid, okay? Okay, so let's say this is like this. Okay, now your mind will convert this grid into a graph. You will be creating the edges to the right hand side guy, the down guy, the up guy. Like this, you have to create edges. Okay, so now the graph will look like this. You will convert it into a graph in your mind. 2 is joined with 3 like this. It is joined with 6 like this. It is joined with 4 like this. It is joined with -1 like this. It is joined with -1 like this. It is joined with 5 like this. It is joined with -1 like this. Ram Ram! The things are like this. Okay? Right? Yes, sir, in the Google chat. No, no, no. I am asking the brute force approach. If you are not able to write it, it means things are not clear in your mind. Guys, write yes, sir, in the Google chat if you can if you can convert like this the grid into the graph. Okay, you should be able to convert. Na every cell is connected to each other by right like edges like this. Yeah, up, down, below. Each cell is connected to the above cell, left cell, right cell, down cell. So ऐसा इसको ऐसा कन्वर्ट करोगे ना भाई अपने दिमाग में कि नहीं कन्वर्ट कर पा रहे हो इतने कमजोर हो गया तुम्हारा दिमाग. एक ही बंदे ने यस सर लिखा है. सेशन विल नॉट कंटिन्यू अंटिल 10 पीपल राइट यस सर. सो वी आर स्टॉपिंग हियर. ओके 5 4 3. ओके डोंट राइट नो राइट यस सर. नहीं तो बंद हो जाएगा. ओके थैंक यू. So you are able to convert it to a graph like this. Now tell me everyone in the Google chat, if I do BFS of 2, what is going to happen? What cells are going to get printed? BFS, you know na BFS. If you don't know, then please go back to home. Go back to home. Go back to home. Open the prerequisite course and study about BFS. अब मेरी उम्र हो गई है. अब मैं बार बार BFS थोड़ी पढ़ा सकता हूँ आपको. BFS करोगे तो first it will travel this node. Node number 2. Then it will travel 3 and 4. Minus 1 it cannot travel, not allowed. Then it will travel 6 and 5. Then it will stop traveling because all other nodes are minus 1 and it cannot touch minus 1. So BFS of 2 will generate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to happen when you do BFS of 2. Guys, can you tell me total how many nodes are there in this matrix? Sir, total 9 nodes are there in the matrix, sir. How many were you able to visit from 2? Sir, I was able to visit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sir, I was able to visit 5 cells. What is 9 minus 5? 4 cells you cannot visit, but. Out of these 4, how many are minus 1? We don't need to count them. There are 3 minus 1 cells. 4 minus 3, 1. There is only one cell which you cannot visit from 2, which is 2, comma 8. We are ignoring the minus 1 values while calculating the final count. So you do the BFS here, you get this total count, you subtract it from n into m minus the cells which you were able to visit. These are the cells which you are not able to visit. Okay, जितने सेल्स को तुम ट्रेवल कर पाए अगर टोटल में उसको माइनस करोगे तो वही सेल मिलेंगे जिनको ट्रेवल नहीं कर पाए. जब वो सेल मिल जाए तो उसमें से माइनस 1 वाले कितने हैं उनकी फ्रीक्वेंसी उनको भी डिलीट कर देना. Now you have all the positive value cells which you cannot visit if you start at 2. So there is one such cell. So the SAD value of this cell is 1. You got it by doing BFS of 2. Now for this, what you will do? BFS of 3. Like this, guys. You will play your game. You'll always do the BFS of each cell. And after doing BFS of each cell, you will know the SED value of that cell. Clear? React with emojis if this basic concept is clear in your head. So, what will be the time complexity? BFS of first cell. Like when you do the BFS of cell, let's say 1 comma 1. In the worst case, it can take O of n into m time. Na? The matrix is of n rows, m columns. But guys, now like then you will again start your new BFS from the second cell because तुमने ये तो पहचान लिया कि पहले सेल से कहां कहां नहीं जा सकते. अब दूसरे सेल से कहां कहां नहीं जा सकते फिर से BFS करना पड़ेगा ना बेटा जी. समझे बात को? BFS of second cell मतलब we are only doing BFS of those cells which are positive in nature. इतना common sense लगा लेना. Assuming when I am writing BFS of first cell, I am assuming that cell 1 comma 1 is a positive value. When I am writing BFS of second cell, I am assuming it is a positive value. So in worst case, you might have to travel the whole grid if all values are positive for each BFS. So how many such values are there? It can go till the cell n comma m, right? So the total time complexity will be O of n into m for each cell, and there are n into m such cells. So n into m into n into m is the total time complexity. So you guys are enjoying it. I am also enjoying it. Okay, good, great, nice, awesome. Optimization. React with emojis if all are ready for the optimization part. All ready, guys? No one having any problem, right? So the very important optimization is connected component concept. I have taught it in multiple of my videos that if you convert your graph into connected components, what happens is that whichever cells are in the same component, whichever cells are in the same component, they can always travel each other. And the cells which are not in the same, the cells which are not in the same component cannot travel each other. Wow! So basically, you will create connected components of positive values. Create connected components like of positive values. Okay. Ram Ram. Guys, react with emojis if you are with me in this meeting. Okay. So let me teach you how to create connected component. Okay. So this is a big freaking matrix. You can feel it. I can also feel it. Don't worry about that. Just let me think about it a little bit. Minus one, 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 minus one. Guys, react with emojis if you can feel this. Okay, let's say this is your. I know no one is going to teach you with such clarity, okay, and passion. But fortunately, I love the topic, so you are lucky. This is not my job. This is my fun time, okay? Fun time going on. Rest of the things I do in the program are my job, but this is the fun time going on. This is the most fun time going on. If I had the rights, I would do it 12 hours daily. Now, listen to me carefully. Guys, connected component matlab start making edges. You just have to make an edge. You have to make an edge from node X to node Y if this is also positive and this is also positive. Do not make an edge with the negative values. Negative से दूर जाओ आप. मेरे कहने का मतलब समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूँ. If there are two adjacent cells, guys, let's say you see two adjacent cells, okay? Two adjacent cells, you can feel it in your brain and bones. Like while explaining this, I'm saying that create an edge, but actually करते वक्त डायरेक्ट क्यू में तुम हैंडल कर सकते हो. देख सकते हो कि क्यू के अंदर करंट वैल्यू है, उसके बाजू वाली वैल्यू पॉजिटिव है, तो समझ लो कि उनके बीच में एज है. रियल एज बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है दिमाग में. ये बात भी समझो ग्राफ के क्वेश्चन में. जब मैं बोलता हूं एज बनाना है, मतलब ये नहीं कि रियल में कोड में एज बना दिया. नहीं, दिमाग में समझो कि एक एज है. समझे? एक काम करो, तुम कोड में भी एज बना लेना, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. थोड़ा सा स्पेस बढ़ेगा, कोई बात नहीं, वो चलेगा. मिरर नेट ओए में पास हो जाएगा. तो तुम अपने दिमाग में एक एज बनाओ. यू विल ओनली मेक एजेस. You will, if there are two adjacent cells. Guys, when are two cells adjacent? Cells are adjacent if they are like this. These two are adjacent, or if these two cells are in up and down manner, left right manner, right left manner, or bottom up manner. Isha and Srijita, I want you guys to send codes, okay? And if you do not know how to do the BFS on grid and generate the components, you can go through our earlier sessions of the graph course. Okay, if there are two adjacent cells, I know there are some problems that DSU video, we are going to update that. I'll be taking a live session of it. What basically happened is that when there was some privacy leak issue going on at that time, the DSU video got by mistakenly deleted because I was trying to handle the storage. So I know some people have the DSU problem, but I taught DSU in the best way. I will teach you it again. Don't worry. Okay. And then I will upload that recording in the actual course. Clear? So now, जो जो लोगों ने DSU खोला उनको पता होगा थोड़ा इश्यूज है. कोई बात नहीं, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Though the sessions of the DSU problems must be there, so use it as a black box. if you do not know the DSA concept in depth. Now, if there are two adjacent cells, create the edge x to y only if x is positive and y is positive. So guys, this is my basic observation is that we should create the edge between x and y only if x is positive and y is positive. Like I am giving this document to the people because there might be many people who are guys react with emojis if everyone each one of you have the access to the document. है ना आप लोग के पास? So guys, if you start making edges only of the positive values, तो ये कैसा दिखेगा? Components will come up now. See, let's say I now make a graph such that the edges is only between positive values. Why? कोई मुझे बता सकता है कि कुमार के सर पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज के साथ ये एच क्यों बना रहे हैं? अरे क्वेश्चन में दिया है ना, नेगेटिव वैल्यू को वैसे भी ट्रेवल नहीं कर सकते, तो आप उनका क्यों एज बना रहे हो भाई? राइट कॉमन सेंस इन द गूगल चैट इफ दिस कॉमन सेंस इज क्लियर कि अगर कोई नहीं भी बताता तो भी पता चल जाना चाहिए नेगेटिव वैल्यू ट्रेवल कर नहीं सकते, उसका एज क्यों बना रहे हो? समझे बात को? कॉमन सेंस से ही कोडिंग होता है. सो कॉमन सेंस शुड बी क्लियर. 5 बार कॉमन सेंस आगे लिखा हुआ. ओके आ गया. सो गाइज कॉमन सेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इमेजिनिंग अ वॉल. या सो गाइज बताओ कैसा दिखेगा? अपना बुक पेपर पेन में लिखना. नाउ गाइज आई मेक एजेस ओनली बिटवीन पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज विल लुक लाइक दिस. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is the first component. Component number 1. Guys, like this, another component will come. ये दोनों component के बीच में कोई attachment नहीं है, दिख रहे हो? इन दोनों के बीच में कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है क्योंकि बीच में सब ब्लॉकर सेल आ चुके हैं. समझे? फीलिंग आ रही है? क्वेश्चन के लिए फीलिंग्स की बात हो रही है. क्वेश्चन के लिए फीलिंग्स लाओ. क्वेश्चन के लिए. ठीक है. सो ये आपका पहला कंपोनेंट बन गया. बेसिकली यू विल क्रिएट द कंपोनेंट ऑफ पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज. नाउ दूसरा कंपोनेंट बाजू में. अब पूरा डायग्राम नहीं बनाऊंगा, समझ जाओ. 10 11 12 ऐसा कनेक्टेड दिखेंगे. 13 14 सब ऐसा कनेक्टेड है बेटा. कनेक्टेड, दे आर ऑल कनेक्टेड. मुझे ये मत बोलना कि सर सेकंड कंपोनेंट, सर थर्ड और फोर्थ कंपोनेंट भी डायग्राम बनाओ ना सर, मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा सर. ऐसा मत बोलो. You know how the third component will look like. Guys, can you see these components are separate from each other? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि तुम्हारे अंदर फीलिंग आनी चाहिए कि हाँ ये कंपोनेंट अलग है, इन दोनों में कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं हो रहा है. These components are separate. 19 connected to 20 21. Now why am I making these components? Because this solves the whole problem. Like to generate all the components you just need one BFS. One BFS which is a very smart type of BFS which is done in connected component algorithms. You can go through it if you do not know. So in just O of n into m, you can generate all the connected components with their sizes. Okay, you just need to know the size of each component. 25, 26, 27. And guys, here also, you can just imagine that we will be having the components, okay? All react with emojis if they can imagine the C3, C1, C2, C3, C4 components. क्या आपको ये कंपोनेंट फील हो रहे हैं? सच बोलना, झूठ मत बोलना, मुझे बहुत बुरा लगेगा. Now guys, when you have this component, either via you create via DSU or you create via anything. Now when you are at cell number 1, when you are at this cell, guys, do you know a property of connected component? If I am at cell number 1 na, I can visit only the cells which are in my own component. Let's say the connected components have been created, okay? ये सारे कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट बना लिए, 5 थैली. अब एक थैली को मैंने उठाया. इस थैली के अंदर ये नंबर कौन सा है? 1 है. मेरे को जानना है 1 कहां कहां नहीं जा सकता. मतलब मेरे को ये जानना है कि अगर मैं अपनी गाड़ी 1 नंबर में चालू करूं तो मैं कहां कहां नहीं जा सकता. इसका क्या जवाब होगा? जो स्मार्ट लोग हैं, जो हमेशा आंसर देते हैं, इस बार तुम लोग आंसर मत देना. आदित्य और अभिराम, जगदीश्वर, आदित्य शंकर, इस बार तुम लोग मत लिखना. देखते दूसरे लोग का दिमाग कुछ चलता है. ठीक है. सो अब पता चल जाएगा कि बाकी लोग को कुछ आता है कि भी नहीं. सो द सिंपल क्वेश्चन इज, apart from the brilliant ones, if you can see the 4 components, right? If you start your journey from cell number 1. Can you tell me which are those cells which you can never visit, and how did you come to know those cells you can never visit by this diagram? Let's see what do the people say. The people who don't regularly answer. I can't visit the nodes that are not in my component. Congratulations, guys. Atul is intelligent. Today only I came to know. Great job, Atul. And Virat Jain is also component. Pratyush, I will meet you. Do not worry at 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. मुझे पता है आप मुझे 2 महीने से मैसेज कर रहे हो. Don't worry. Just relax. Now, guys, Blinkit. हाँ हाँ समझ गया. Relax कीजिए. मुझे पता है आपको Blinkit का इंटरव्यू है, but don't break the flow of the session. Okay. Now, guys, the answer is that you cannot visit other components. If my 1 is in component 1, na, I cannot visit all the cells of C2, C3, C4. So what is the SED value of cell number 1? SED of 1 is nothing but sum of size of other component. Size of C2 plus size of C3 plus size of C4. Why? अरे क्योंकि अगर तुम 1 पे हो तो तुम C2 के कोई भी सेल को विजिट नहीं कर सकते हो, वो अलग कंपोनेंट है, ट्रेवल ही नहीं कर सकते हो. तुम 1 पर हो तो तुम C3 के कोई भी सेल को विजिट नहीं कर सकते हो. तुम 1 पर हो तो तुम C4 के कोई भी सेल को विजिट नहीं कर सकते. अब सब लिखना चालू कर, सबको समझ आ गया है तो. सो द इफ यू जस्ट कैलकुलेट सब धीरे धीरे समझ आ ही गया होगा. तो आंसर क्या था, कितने सेल विजिट नहीं कर सकते हो वैसे? 9 है ना. 9 3 जा 27. क्लियर? 27 लिखो, आ गया समझ में तो. So the thing is that, let us say the components are A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, which you got by doing 1 time smart BFS. Guys, let us say the components are like this. Okay, now if your current cell I comma j is from component A1, SED value of that cell is nothing but what? It is basically sum of size of all other components. Sum of size of all the other components. Okay. So guys, each cell you just need to know it is in which component, and like for cell number 10, it is in which component? It is in second component. So I need to know the sum of all other components, क्योंकि उनको मैं विजिट नहीं कर सकता. समझे बात को? यस आदित्य शंदीला. गाइस, इसी को अच्छे तरीके से कैसे लिख सकते हैं? It can also be written as total. It can also be written as n into m. It can also be written as total minus size of A1 component. जिसमें तुम हो भाई, टोटल निकाल दोगे ना, जितने भी कंपोनेंट है उन सबको ऐड करके एक बार टोटल निकाल लेना. टोटल कितना था? 9 4 बार 36. टोटल कितना है? 36. तो मैं यहां पर हूं, तो टोटल में अगर मैं खुद का साइज माइनस करूं तो दूसरों के सम ऑफ साइजेस आ जाएंगे ना. 36 minus 9 27. I cannot visit 27 cells. Right? Yes sir. Yes sir. If these concepts are really clear, don't lie to me. This should be clear to you. Okay, these are the very basic important concepts. So if you do not understand, make sure you ask me. So if your current cell is in component A1, how will you know? When you did the BFS, you have to assign each cell a component number. You can create another 2D array for that. Do not worry about that. तो आपको एक झटके में पता चल जाएगा कि मेरा सेल ये कंपोनेंट में. तो कुछ नहीं करना है, टोटल जो है माइनस करंट कंपोनेंट को कर दो और आपको पता चल जाएगा इसकी एसईडी वैल्यू. आपका काम बन गया. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज टोटल? टोटल इज नथिंग बट व्हाट? Sum of sizes of each component. Okay, so guys, this is clear to everyone. Now we will go to the easy version. Ready, right guys? Everyone right? Good job, Deep Saha. Nana, Aditya Shadilia, we do not even need to worry about negative values. Total can automatically come after doing the BFS. BFS में जो जो वैल्यूज को ट्रेवल किया होगा वही तो टोटल होगा ना, दिमाग भी नहीं लगाना है उसमें, समझे बात को. एक C प्लस प्लस करते जाओगे काम खत्म बन जाएगा, क्योंकि तुमने BFS में नेगेटिव में एजेस ही नहीं बनाया था, खत्म बात. कुछ कुछ नहीं करना, वो भी लिख सकते हो पर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. अब राइट, रेडी 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 सर. गाइज व्हाट इज द इजी वर्जन? दे आर नॉट आस्किंग यू फॉर द काउंट ऑफ सेल्स विच कैन नॉट बी विजिटेड. ये बेशरम लोग पूछ रहे हैं. ये देखो ऐसे जानबूझ का ऐसा बेशर्मी किया जाता है ताकि बच्चे का थोड़ा भी दिमाग लग रहा हो तो लगे ना, ठीक है. सो बेशर्मी ये की गई है that they are not asking you the sad value is nothing but what? Sad of I comma j is nothing but sum of all the cells which cannot be visited. कर ली बड़ा मुंह छोटी बात. So this is nothing. It can be instantly solved if you are pre-computing properly. तो पहले मैं क्या कर रहा था? So earlier the formula was this is simple but still I will have to teach. All right. Earlier क्या हो रहा था? Earlier SAD of I comma j, the definition was count of cells which cannot be visited if you start your journey at I comma j. Now the definition is sum of cells which cannot be visited if you start your journey at I comma j. तो ये भी तो बच्चों वाली बात हो गई ना. जैसे कि समझो I want to calculate the Z value for the first cell, okay? So I know that it is in the first component, right? So I just need the sum of values of all the other components. इस बार उनके sizes का sum नहीं चाहिए, उनकी जो exact value उनका sum चाहिए. That 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus this. This is again very easy. Total minus sum of all the values of current component. So when you are creating the current component ना, create an array which can even store the sum of the component. तुमको पता है component number 1 में ये values आ रही है तो store करो array में कि एक array बना दो, like sum array बना दो. Sum of 1 should tell you what is the value of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. 5 तक 4 10 15 6 21 28 28 के बाद 28 ही होता है ना. 28 के बाद क्या आता है? 36 45, राइट. 36 फिर 45. तो सम ऑफ 145 एक झटके में पता चल गया ना ये कंपोनेंट में सारे नोट्स का सम क्या है. समझे बात को? राइट. इजी सर. ओके सर, ये भी कर लोगे ना इजी वर्जन. ईशा एंड सृजिता, आई वांट आंसर्स फ्रॉम यू पीपल. तुम लोग कोड सबमिट नहीं करती हो. तुमको मालूम है तुम थोड़ा भी एक्टिव होगी तो सीधे कहां पर जॉब लगने वाला है. पता है ना तुम लोग के लिए कितना ओए आ रहा है. थोड़ा तो कुछ यूज कीजिए, अपनी पावर को यूज कीजिए. नाउ गाइस लिसन टू मी वेरी केयरफुली. ओनली आदित्य इज राइटिंग द आंसर. बाकी लोगों को कुछ पता चल रहा है कि नहीं पता चल रहा है? मुझे लिख के बताओ. मुझे तो सिर्फ आदित्य का ही समझ आ रहा है. बाकी लोग को पता है कि नहीं क्या हो रहा है इधर? वी आर डूइंग अदर वर्जन. इन द अदर वर्जन व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? we are calculating the sum of all those cells. ऐसे मुझे समझाना नहीं चाहिए बट ठीक है. So what will you do if your current cell is I comma j? If your current cell I comma j is from component A1, then Z of ij is total sum of all positive cells which you can easily calculate minus sum of all cells of A1 component which you can pre-calculate. For each component you can calculate its sum and store in some other array. Sum of 1 will tell you the sum of all the cells of component number 1. Sum of 2 like, right? Yes sir, if this is clear guys, कि आप एक एरे बना दोगे अच्छे से साइड में एक्स्ट्रा, ठीक है. ऐसे एक एरे बना देना सम एरे करके, ठीक है. Sum array. Let's say 1 based indexing. So sum of 1 should tell you the sum of all the values in component number 1. So what is component 1? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 5 6. इसका पूरा sum क्या आता है? 45. So sum of 1. Sum of component number 1 is 45. ऐसे ही sum of component number 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say you have this value pre-calculated. Now you'll go there and you will just from the component A1 set I comma j, total sum of all positive cells minus sum of cell. You know this value in O of one time you have pre-calculated. Total sum of all positive cells also you know pre-calculated. So for each cell you can calculate and separately handle the minus one cells. Okay. So that's it. The time complexity will be what, guys? Please tell me in the Google chat. It is going to be n into m, and this time I think you will require space. Yes, you are going to require that. Takes O of n into m as z space. Okay, let me go to that Google document also. Uh, like I think I have the access to it or not. Let me just check. Yeah, so things are getting clear. We are going to go to the hard version also. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now, this thing is also clear. That thing is also clear. Okay. So now, this thing is clear. That thing is also clear. Okay, good, great. So now everything is getting clear. Life is so great and nice, right? Okay. Now the grand finale. I'll give you some time to think about it. They want these things only. हमेशा इनको आपको बेशर्मों के नाम से बुलाना है. अभी इसके बाद इन बेशर्मों ने क्या बोला? बहुत अच्छा किया आपने हमको बता दिया कि ये सेल से कौन से सेल रीच नहीं हो सकते. अब मेरी भूख खत्म नहीं होती. मैं ये भी जानना चाहता हूं जो विजिट नहीं हो सकते मेरे को दिख रहा है, मुझे सिर्फ उनका सम चाहिए जो मेरे सेल के मल्टीपल हो. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज क्रॉसिंग ऑल लिमिट्स. ये कंसेप्ट भी आना चाहिए, फिर वो भी आना चाहिए, फिर उसके बाद वो भी आना चाहिए. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट विल यू डू? सो you can think about it for few minutes, guys. This is the same thing, like I can give you a simple hint. This component, so basically you want to know, like if you consider any cell over here, let's say you take any cell here, क्या करना है? अरे कुछ नहीं करना है. सेल दिख रहा है तुमको, निकालो उसका पूरा टेबल लिखो. लिख दिया, मजा आ गया. अब ये जो बाकी के सारे कंपोनेंट्स है ना, उसमें वो टेबल की जो वैल्यूज थी उनकी फ्रीक्वेंसीज क्या है. बस हो गया काम. बस तुमको ये ध्यान रखना है कि भाई तुमको जो हैश मैप बनेगा, जब कंपोनेंट वन को ट्रेवल कर रहे हो ना, तो तुम्हारे हैश मैप में बाकी सारे कंपोनेंट के सम्स और वैल्यूज होने चाहिए. ओके, और जब दूसरा कंपोनेंट ट्रेवल कर रहे हो तो बाकी सारे का होना चाहिए. जस्ट गिविंग यू, I want you to think about it deeply before the next session. React with emojis if you will think about it, and you will be able to write code and all those things. Okay, we are going to continue it soon. Ram Ram. So, hello guys, with the name of God, Ram Ram. We have discussed this media.net OA, and we know that in the grid we want to find how many cells we cannot reach. Okay, this much basic understanding we do have. So in the grid we can travel up, down, bottom, left, right only on the positive cells. Negative cells we cannot travel. So for each positive cell we just want to know how many other cells we cannot reach. Okay, so like if I try to make this matrix for you people, minus one, let's say 1 2 -1 3 4 5 6. So guys, the cell whose value is 5, like if this is 1 based indexing, guys, if I start my traversal from 5, where can I go? Can I go up? No, -1 is there. Now you cannot go to negative cell. Can I go left? No. Can I go right? Guys, react with emojis and tell me, from cell 5, can I go to right cell 6? Because it's a positive cell. Okay, I can visit this. So if I start at 5, I can visit 5 and 6. Can I visit anything else? I can go up and visit the positive 4. So basically, if I start at 5, I can visit 5, I can visit 6, I can visit 4. Wow! But once you reach 4, can you go anywhere else? Can you go left? No. Can you go up? No. Down, why will you go down? You have already visited 6 in the past. So when you come at 4, you are blocked. Only 5, 6, 4 can visit each other because they are in the same connected component of the graph. So cell 5 can only visit 5, 6 and 4 if it starts the journey at 5. So guys, how many cells it cannot visit? How many positive cells it cannot visit? You guys have to tell me in the Google chat how many positive cells it cannot visit, and apart from that, you guys also have to tell me which are those positive cells which it cannot visit. The cell number 5. If you start your traveling at 5, you can visit 5, 6, 4. Which positive cells you cannot visit? This is a no-brainer, but this can be a brainer. But anyways, use your brain and tell me which cells it can not visit. You can write your brilliant answers in the Google chat. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you understand these things. Good. 24 slash SWE slash O6 Samriddhi Paul. Wow. Nice username. Anyways, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you guys remember this problem, right? Cell of 5 is 3. So guys, cell of 6 is also 3 because if you start your journey at 6, you can visit 6 and 5 and 4, but you cannot visit 1, 2, 3. So I hope you got it that for each cell you have to find how many other cells you cannot visit. What is cell of 4? This is a very easy test case. Cell of 4 is also 3. What is cell of 1? If you start your journey at cell number 1, you can visit 1, 2 and then 3. But you cannot visit 4, 5, 6. So 3 cells, positive cells you cannot visit. What is cell of 2? 3. What is cell of 3? It is also 3. Ram Ram. And God is with you. You do not need to fear anything. But for that, God needs to be with you. So these things are clear. So guys, in our solution, what we were doing is that we were making connected components, right? We were making very important connected components, right? Like this. Like let's say this is minus 1, 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 like this. And let's say these are positive numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like all the positive numbers in the matrix will be distinct. It is written in the question. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 6. So what is the solution, guys? First of all, you create a graph, right? You create edges. You create edges from node X to node Y such that X is a node with positive value and Y is a node with positive value. You never create edges of a positive value with negative value, nor do you create edge with negative with negative. So this will become a connected component. These positive values will get connected to each other like this. So this is connected component 1. This is another connected component C2. This is another connected component. This is third connected component. This is fourth connected component. So let's say you want to calculate the answer of cell phi. Cell phi will be what? Cell phi will be the sum of all the other components. 5 is in which component? 5 is in component number 1, means it can visit all. If 5 is in component number 1, means cell phi can visit all the other cells which are in component 1. But cell phi, if you start your traversal, like suddenly, why am I getting so many back-to-back messages on LinkedIn? Anyways, So if you are at cell number 5, let's say we have the code which can tell us that cell 5 is in which component. Let's say it is in first component. So answer will be size of component 2 plus 3 plus 4. How many cells are in second component? Sir, there are 9 cells in second component. Yes, our cell 5 can never visit these 9 cells of second component, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and this. Why? Because they are separated by negative -1. So cell 5 can never visit the 9 values of second component. Also cell 5 can never visit the 9 values of third component. Also cell 5 can never visit the 9 values of the fourth component. If it tries to travel, basically if you start your traversal at 5, you will never be able to get out of the first component. So this, when discussed in detail in the past, we were able to make up some formula, right? That if there are two adjacent cells, like if the current cell, what is the adjacent cell? If I comma j is your current cell, then the adjacent cell is a cell either above or on the left hand side or on the right hand side or below. Okay. If the both the adjacent cells are positive, create edges. Now make a graph out of it. Get all the connected components. Let's say there are 5 connected components. Let's say you know that your cell is in this component. Then what will be the answer for this cell? Sum of size of all other connected components. सेल 5 कौन से कंपोनेंट में है? 1. मतलब 1 को छोड़ के बाकी जो भी कंपोनेंट है उनका सम कर दो. C2 प्लस C3 प्लस C4 टोटल कितने सेल हो जाएंगे? C2 C3 C4 मिला के 27, right? So there are 27 cells which 5 cannot visit. There are 27 positive cells which 5 cannot visit if you start your traversal at 5. All react with emojis if this much thing is clear to everyone. Clear? Okay, good. So this formula only we had to teach you nicely. Yeah. So sum of size of all the other components except the current component is nothing but it is nothing but total is what? Sum of size of each component is nothing but total minus size of current component. समझे? Sum of all other component is nothing but, for cell of phi the value is what? Size of C2 plus size of C3 plus size of C4. But you can also say na that total number of positive values is size of C1 plus size of C2 plus size of C3 plus size of C4. So size of C2 plus C3 plus C4, this value is this value only. This can be written as total minus size of C1. You just will easily represent it as total. How many total positive values are in matrix that you can pre-calculate? Please don't ask me. Total minus size of current component. So whenever you are at cell 5 now, you should know what is the component number of this cell. You need to create another matrix. Let's say component matrix. Component I comma j should tell you the component number of the cell I comma j situated at component I comma j should tell you the component number of the cell situated at I comma j. You know that cell 5 component number is 1. Then you can easily do total minus size of first component. You have to create a size array also, which stores the size of the first component. Size of 1 stores the size of first component. Size of 2 stores the size of second component, and so on. So if I try to show you the code, baby, here it is. Let's try to analyze the C++ code. Like, I'm giving you guys 1 minute. Please go through it and understand how brilliantly it has been coded. You should code it like this, okay? Code it like this. It's very, very important. Now, listen to me very carefully. See what I have done. Like, these two for loops, I took the input of the matrix, right? Negative values I'm counting smartly, right? I am just traveling all the cells. Whenever I am visiting this cell for the first time, I just call the DFS of I comma j. I call the DFS of, like, if I'm at cell 1, I will call the DFS of 1. It will visit this full component in the DFS. So when I do the DFS of, let's say, 1 comma 1, it's the normal DFS code. We visit this cell. Now there are 4 possible directions, right? If those 4 adjacent cells to 1 comma 1 are in the matrix, we visit them also and we call their DFS. I keep on doing this and I keep on assigning a component number to all these cells. And I also need to know how many cells are in this component. So I'm declaring a global variable u plus plus. U plus plus will keep on happening until you keep visiting the cells of this current component. So you will know the total size of the component is stored in U and the component number is stored in C of x comma y. See, I've created a C2D array. C of ij tells the component number of the cell I comma j. So component number I comma j is saved. Size of the component is U. So B of component is U. Matlab for component number components, the size of that component is stored in the B array. So B of 1 is U. B of 2 is U. B of 2 is U. Matlab size of second component is this. Total equal to total plus U, just to know how many positive cells are there. This you could have done at the start also. Like if the value is not negative, you can just do total plus plus. No need to do this jargon here, but you can do it, no problem. Whatever suits your understanding at the point of implementation for it. Now guys, I just travel each cell. If the cell is positive, I need to extract its component number. Its component number is Y. So the SED value will be, like, its main value will be what? Total minus size of the current component B of Y. Done. Brilliantly problem solved. Right? Yes sir, clear sir. If this time the coding part is also clear, you will be able to write code on your own after going through all this. Will be able to do, right? Okay. Now we go to little bit real version. Okay. Can anybody tell me what is real version? Earlier we wanted to know how many other cells we cannot visit. Now we want to know how many other cells are there on this planet. How many other cells are there on this planet which we cannot visit, but this time I want their sum. Last time I know that I cannot visit if I am at cell 5, my component is C1. So answer was what? Total minus current size. मतलब क्या था? जितने भी टोटल पॉजिटिव सेल है माइनस साइज ऑफ करंट कंपोनेंट. This time I do not want the count of cells which I cannot visit from the current cell I comma j. I want to know the sum of all the cells which I cannot visit. So अगर मैं 5 पर हूं तो मैं 10, 11, 12 इनको विजिट नहीं कर सकता ना, तो इनको 1 की जगह 10 अज्यूम करना पड़ेगा. सो 5 के लिए आंसर कितना भयंकर आएगा मालूम है? From 5 I cannot visit 10, right? So answer will be 10 plus 11 plus 12, 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus this, plus all the numbers from 19 to 27 plus all the numbers from 28 to 36. इन सब का समेशन आंसर आने वाला है for the cell 5. So first of all, you can create a total variable which is storing the sum of all positive numbers. Earlier we needed the size of the current component. Earlier the formula said total minus size of the current component. This time total is sum of all positive numbers, and instead of size of A1 component, what we have to write? Instead of size of A1 component, पहले फॉर्मूला था टोटल माइनस साइज ऑफ करंट कंपोनेंट. इस बार फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? टोटल माइनस, देखते हैं कौन लिख पाता है गूगल चैट में. दिस टाइम व्हाट विल बी द फॉर्मूला गाइस? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? टोटल माइनस, पूरा लिखिए अच्छे से, मेहनत चाहिए फुल टू. ऐसा एक लाइन में जॉब नहीं मिलेगा जिनके. टोटल माइनस सम. ग्रेट जॉब. आदित्य इज ऑलवेज डूइंग द वर्क. इज बी हैविंग टफ कॉम्पिटिशन विद जगदीश्वर. नाउ total minus sum of current component. So guys, can anyone tell me in the Google chat using your brain that Anag, How can we get the sum of any component immediately? Earlier in our B array, earlier in our B array, B of 1 was telling me the size of component 1. B of 2 was telling me the size of component 2. B of 3 was telling me the size of component 3. This time I will make a B array such that B of 1 tells me the sum of the first component. B of 2 tells me the sum of all the positive values in the second component. Guys, do you get the trick? By doing coding Sayarsha and getting a student selected and waking up at night and sleeping less and taking lots of stress by having 10 times more depression than your own student. That's how you become popular, Sayarsha. Anyways, going back to the session. Bi stores the sum of component I. So, that I was joking by the way, Sayarsha. So guys, how will you store the sum, Aditya Shandila? Can you tell me? When you are doing DFS, पहले क्या कर रहे थे? पहले साइज स्टोर करने के चक्कर में u प्लस प्लस कर रहे थे ना. This time instead of u plus plus, you will do u equal to u plus value of that cell. U equal to u plus matrix x comma y. पहले u प्लस प्लस कर रहे थे मतलब एक सेल विजिट कर लिया. अभी वो सेल विजिट किया वो नहीं इंक्रीमेंट करना, उस सेल की वैल्यू ऐड कर दो u में. समझे बात को? हाँ, क्लियर. So let's go to that code also. So guys, I hope like the Java Python implementations are very similar. Do not worry. I always like to end it with odd numbers or some of the letters like D, E, F for the Java codes. Like my personal ADHD stuff. Anyways, here, if I come below, you can see similar kind of implementation, and for Python also. And for Python implementation, the link will always end with B, C, U, K, P, or even number, something like that. Yeah, see, here it is. Now in the C++, if I try to show you the actual version, we want to know the sum of the cells which we cannot visit. Only one change is done. Instead of U++, I've written U equal to U plus matrix of that value. So the problem is solved. Nothing else I've changed in this difficult code. Okay, you guys are understanding it. Okay. Yeah, good, good, good. Now, listen to me carefully. Again, you can see keyword which I've used. Yeah, here also we open this up for you people. You can see this brilliant code here. Again, U equal to U plus matrix of x comma y. So these things you understand. You are a good coder. Python also like the same thing here. So guys, I think our problem is now solved, right? Or if something is left, you guys can let me know. You can see here also I did u equal to u plus matrix of x. Earlier we were doing only u equal to u plus 1 or u plus plus, but now we are doing like this. It's created one day ago. So guys, is the problem totally solved or is something left? Do tell me in the Google chat. Uh, like, do let me know in the Google chat what do you think. Is there something left or the media.net OA is done? So if you know something is left, tell in the Google chat what extra need. Like what is the actual question? What is one more extra constraint in the question? Real version says for each cell I comma j you need to find sum of all cells which you cannot visit, but they should be multiple of cell I comma j. Oh ho ho, that's it. Clear? Like again we want that only, that you know what, Let's see who did the hard work. Hard work was only done by Ajinkya this time. Great job, Ajinkya. Multiple of the current element should be summed up. ना 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 मतलब ठीक है बट अच्छे से किसने लिखा है? Coordinate should contain values which are multiple. Yeah, we have to find the sum of those elements. Guys, no. Yanit, please improve it. You have written correctly. Only one word you need to improve. Guys, Yanit has written. Can anyone improve on Yanit's statement? Yanit is written that we have to find the sum of those cells which are the multiple of the current element. Is that enough? If not, change the statement. We have to find the sum of the cells which are multiple of the current element and not reachable. ये कौन बोलेगा? सबसे पहले वही बोलना चाहिए. We have to find the sum of all the cells which are not reachable and they should be multiple of our current cell. Is sum of those cells which cannot be visited and multiples. See, Atul Mangla has done it. After a few days, Atul Mangla will get the gift directly on GPay for doing this thing. Okay. So SED value has been said by Atul Mangla. Okay. Yeah, and they can't be. So Aditya is also trying to get in, but Atul has won this time. Aditya Sandilya. So now, so yeah, yeah. So guys, what change you need to do? You need to know the previous algorithm. This prerequisite course I taught a very important algorithm, right? I don't know why I did not add the link to that here. Like there is a one very special algorithm. I will mention the link to that algorithm in this document. You please go through that, whoever is watching this recording, and then come back to this video, or else you will not understand what we are going to discuss from now. Clear? Okay, clear. So let's say we are yeah, doing the real version, right? I'm just checking where is the space, man, for the real version. uh, okay. Yeah, this is the prerequisite link here. Sorry, I did put here. Even I forgot a little bit about it. Then which is this document? Okay, Google SD2 interview document. This document, okay. Like, why are the pics uploaded in such a manner? It's creating a little bit of confusion. Okay, I got it. Okay. So now, given a grid, you can travel cell to upright. You can easy version. We have done the easy version. Now we can just do the real version, right? The real version is that I think it is clear in your head what is the real version. I do not need to explain much. So let's start with the solving now. Okay. So guys, after doing real version, you can say that you know the media.net OA solution. So what is the real version? The real version is nothing but happiness. So how to become happy is the real version for you. In the real version, for each cell I comma j, find sum of values of all other cells which are not reachable if you start traveling from I comma j, plus those cells should be a multiple value of cell I comma j, or those cells should be a multiple of cell, multiple in terms of like they should be a multiple of cell I comma j. That's it. So let us say we are at cell I comma j. Okay, and let us say it is in A1 component. It is in A1 component. Let's say the components are A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Okay. Okay. So we are at cell I comma j. It is in A1 component. Okay. So let us say that our value, let's say our value is G, top G, and you take breathe air. Let's make G equal to cell of I comma j. Now what are you going to do? G is the cell value. What are the multiples of G? We will find the frequency of 1G, 2G, 3G. These are all the multiples now possible. 4G till 10 raised to 6 in the hash map, which only stores the number, which only stores in the hash map, which only stores the frequency of numbers of other components, not the current component, of other components, not the current component. And guys, then the job is done. React with emojis if you understood this complicated concept. So let me, guys, react with emoji. Do you have the emoji option? Yeah. So Sai Harsha, you need to understand because you need to crack media.net. So let's say Sai Harsha. Now guys, I am not going to make a matrix. You just assume the component on your own, okay? Let's say this is C1 component. This is C2. This is C3. This is C4. And this is C5. Okay? And this is C1. In C1, our component, let's say there is only one number 2. You want to calculate the cell value of 2. You know that all these other numbers you cannot visit, right? In the earlier version, the answer would be what? Just the sum of these, na? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3 plus 16 plus 8 plus 7. Earlier, this would be the answer. But now, you only want those numbers from this set which are coming in the table of 2. So guys, what is the table of 2? 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10, 12, like this. Table कहाँ तक चलाओगे? 10 raised to 6 तक, because in the array the largest value can be 10 raised to 6. So when I get my current cell value, just imagine the amount of work I am gonna put. Because all the cell values are distinct, that's why we are a little bit safe. Or else it would be a difficult ride for us, okay? Each cell value is coming one time only, means 2 is coming one time only, okay? तो यहाँ पर एक काम करते हैं 20, इसको 12 लिख लेते हैं, 12,3, ओके? ईच नंबर कमिंग वन टाइम ओनली ना, इसको 3 की जगह इसको लिख देते हैं 31, इसको लिख देते हैं 23, ठीक है? So guys, you are at C1 component, like you are at cell number 2. It is in the C1 component. Earlier answer would be 12 plus 3 plus 4 plus 31 plus this. These are all the sum of the cells which you cannot visit. But now you are interested only. Earlier, you were doing everything a little bit. Popular DSA sheet, love burst driver, everything. But now, you're totally focused on OA and CP and Kumar case training. Now you're only focused on the multiples, not everything. Okay. So 2 के multiples कौन कौन आते हैं? So what you will do is that you will run a table of 2. When you get, if you, whatever is the current value G, na, you will run a table in a for loop. 1G, 2 into G, 3 into G, till this K into G is less than 10 raised to 6. because the maximum value in all these cells can be 10 raised to 6 only. So multiple cannot be bigger than 10 raised to 6. So guys, for each of this multiple, ये सारे possible multiples है ना 2 के, 2 का possible multiple कौन हो सकता है, 2 भी हो सकता है. So guys, what is the frequency of 2 in all these other components? 2 is not coming at all in all these other components. So this multiple of 2 is not useful to us. Then we know that 2 will like to bond with 4 because 4 is a multiple of 2. What is the frequency of 4 in all these other components? Everyone write in the Google chat, what is the frequency of 4 in all the other components? 1. Matlab, this 2 can make a valid pair with this 4. नॉन रीचेबल एंड मल्टीपल ऑल्सो. तो समझ गए, कुछ नहीं करना है, जो भी करंट नंबर है उसका पूरा टेबल लिख दो 10 raised to 6 तक. नाउ ट्रेवल दैट टेबल, 2 का कुछ नहीं हो पाया, 4 का, 4 कितनी बार आ रहा है, एक बार आ रहा है, मतलब C इक्वल टू C प्लस फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ 4 इन ऑल द अदर कंपोनेंट्स. सो हाउ विल यू स्टोर द फ्रीक्वेंसी? बेसिकली यू वांट टू नो फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ ऑल द नंबर्स इन द अदर कंपोनेंट्स, खुद के कंपोनेंट में नहीं चाहिए. So how will you store these all the frequency of all the numbers of the other components in a hash map? That I will teach you later. Alligator. Jokes apart. You solve for 4 also. Now 6 is also multiple of 2. What is the frequency of 6 in the other components? Write in the Google chat, guys. What do you think? 0. 6 is not coming at all. Because 6 is not coming means no pair of 2 and 6 can happen. Okay. What is the frequency of 8, guys? If you consider all the other components, 1 means 8 into 1 will be added to your answer na, because you have to add the sum, the cell value also. What now? Let's try for 16. 16 is a multiple of 2. What is the frequency of 16? By the way, all values are coming one time only, so if that value is there, it will come one time. 16 is also coming one time. So 8 into 1, then you will add 16 into 1. Sorry, it was supposed to be 10. Sorry, it was supposed to be 10, 10, 10. We got little fast. So 10, 12, 14, 16, things like that. For 10, we will not find anything. For 12 also, we will not find anything. For 14 also nothing. But for 16, you will find something. For 18, you will find something. Okay? And for the rest of all the numbers, you will not find anything. So guys, that's how you solve the problem. That's it. Now the only question remains, can anyone tell me, how can we know, how can we store the value of all other components in a hash map? Because every time our component might change. Sometime you might be at the first component, sometime you might be at the second component. जब तुम second component पे हो, then you want the hash map which stores the value of all the other components except the current component. So the trick will be travel the cells in component order. Trick will be to travel the cells in component order. Obviously, we have to do pre-computation also. So guys, the trick will be, what will be the trick? Smartly store all positive numbers in a hash map with their frequency, which is 1 only, but it's okay. Guys, all these numbers of all the components I'll store in a hash map. Okay. Now I will travel component number 1. Now, okay, Ajinkya, great. Entire matrix minus map, which yeah, but that also we don't need to do, Ajinkya. Okay, we don't need to do that. Like for that you will have to create 2 maps, so it again takes some work. Okay, guys, store all positive number in a hash map with their frequency. Now only travel cells of component 1. How to do that? You can store all the cells of component 1 in some adjacency list, so you know that these are the cells of component 1. Everyone write in the Google chat. Now only travel cells of component 1. आपको फीलिंग आनी चाहिए कि अभी इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने का ट्रिक ये है कि एक टाइम पे एक ही कंपोनेंट के सेल्स को ट्रेवल करना है, दूसरे सेल्स को मैं ट्रेवल ही नहीं कर रहा हूं. आई एम ओनली गोइंग टू ट्रेवल द सेल्स ऑफ कंपोनेंट वन. द टाइम डज नॉट मैटर. इट्स अ क्वेश्चन आदित्य Shandilia. Oh, it just needs to be off and roughly. Guys, if you are not writing in the Google chat, see, most of the weak people have left the meeting. Now, only the strongest of the strongest minds are in the meeting. So, I expect some answers from you. Likho Google chat mein. Now, only travel cells of component 1. Now, only travel cells of component. अरे आपको फीलिंग आनी चाहिए कि अभी मैं सिर्फ कंपोनेंट 1 के ही सेल्स को ट्रेवल करूंगा. तो मेरे हैश मैप कैसा दिख रहा है? मेरा हैश मैप ऐसा दिख रहा है, देखो. 2 coming one time, 3 coming one time, 4 coming one time, like this, like this, like this, like this. When I am at component number 1 ना, तो तब मैं क्या करूंगा? Before traveling the component number 1, I will decrement the frequencies of all the values in the component number 1 in my hash map. Only travel cells of component 1. Go to component 1 and decrement frequencies of all numbers of component 1 in the hash map. Now your hash map only has data of all other components except component 1. Can you see the trick? मैंने क्या बोला? मैं सिर्फ कंपोनेंट 1 को ट्रेवल करूंगा. तो मैं एक बार गया, जितनी भी वैल्यूज थी सारी की सारी साफ सफाई कर दिया. कंपोनेंट 1 के अंदर 2 था ना, तो हैश मैप के अंदर से 2 निकाल दिया. तो अभी तो हैश मैप के अंदर वही नंबर रह गए ना. अभी हैश मैप के अंदर सिर्फ दूसरे कंपोनेंट्स के ही नंबर रह गए. हमको यही तो चाहिए था. हमको यही चाहिए था कि हम जिस कंपोनेंट में है उस कंपोनेंट को छोड़ के बाकी सारे कंपोनेंट का डेटा हो हैश मैप के अंदर. नो आदित्य Shandilia, वी हैव रिमूव्ड देम. दिख नहीं रहा आपको? ट्रैवल करने क्या लिखा है मैंने? I will only be traveling the cells of component 1. So first I go to component and decrement the frequencies of all the numbers. Okay, decrement all the frequencies. Okay, decremented all the frequencies. Now my hash map only has data of all other components except one. Now we will again travel component 1. This is the trick. फिर से बाबूजी, एक बार मैं कंपोनेंट 1 में सारे सेल्स को ट्रेवल किया, उनका सारा माल मैंने अपने हैश मैप से निकाल दिया. बहुत मजा आया मुझे करने में. अब now when I travel the component 1 again, now I can directly calculate the cell value of this. Why? Cell value of this is nothing but what? I write down all its multiples, and the frequency of its multiples in the other components is nothing but the frequency of these multiples in the hash map, because hash map only has the frequency of other components currently. क्योंकि मैं अभी जाके पहले हैश मैप में ये कंपोनेंट का सारा वैल्यू निकाल कर आया हूं ना. React with love emoji and things like that. If you understand that traveling each component 2 times is the answer. Just travel each component 2 times. So we will again travel component 1, and this time quickly calculate SED I comma j value of each cell, or calculate value of each cell by iterating all the multiples and getting their frequencies in the other components, which is stored in the hash map, because now the hash map only has data of other components except component 1. Like C of 1 means component 1. Okay, you can do it. Now we go below, which is stored in the hash map. Guys, now you will travel the component 1 for the third time. अब कुछ कुछ लोग को हंसी आने लग गया होगा. अभी तीसरी बार उसको फिर से ट्रेवल करेंगे. अब कोई मुझे बता सकता है why are we traveling the component number 1 the third time? Now we will travel only the cells of component 1 for the third time. Earlier these requirements were not needed. थर्ड टाइम क्यों मैं ट्रेवल कर रहा हूं? सबसे पहले तो मैं यहां पर गया, whatever were the frequencies of component 1 I deleted them from the hash map. Second time I traveled the component 1 to calculate the answer of all the cells of component 1. Third time I am traveling, why? Let's see who can tell me the answer. तीसरी बार मुझे खुजली क्यों चल रही है कंपोनेंट 1 को ट्रेवल करने के लिए, बता सकता है कोई? टू फिल बैक द फ्रीक्वेंसी. ये जितना भी माल निकाला था अभी इसका फ्रीक्वेंसी फिर से डालना पड़ेगा ना हैश मैप में. Then hash map will again have the frequency of all the positive values. Same procedure to be repeated with component 2. पहले component 2 में जाओ, सब खाली करो इसका माल, फिर से एक बार जाओ component 2 में, सबका आंसर निकालो, फिर तीसरी बार जाओ, फिर से माल फिल करो. 3 into n. Done. Right, great sir, clear sir, if all is getting clear in your mind and head. This time we will fill back the frequencies of component 1 in our hash map. So the hash map is fully ready with all positive value frequencies. Though this can be done even more efficiently, but it's okay. Like in OA we do not have much time. Just run the loop 3 times. Okay. Now same process for component 2. Yeah. So, and guys, like this you will same process for the last component. Hopefully this problem is very nice level and you will have to put some effort while coding it. Okay. Same, and Ajinkya's method was also correct. Same process for the last component. DSA graph math heavy problem, but nice one. Same process for the last component. And the time complexity will be, as we studied, it will be O of, it is discussed in other session, like when we generate all multiples, it does not take much time. O of n into m into log of 10 raised to 6. Because each number is coming one time only, right? Right? No, this is not backtrack actually. Thank you Anak, thank you Jagadishwar, thank you. Thank you Antam Rajini Reddy, thank you Ritik. Okay. पहले जो हटाया उसी को वापस ऐड करो. हाँ ठीक है. There is a little bit of backtrack question which is of a lead code contest. Third one, you should check the recent one. Okay, Sai Harsha, you can call it if you want to. Everyone can have a little different definition in their mind. But guys, can anyone tell me कि time complexity? First of all, you are visiting. Obviously, here I should add 4 into or 3 into n into m. That I understand. But why log of 10 raised to 6? For each cell, I am generating all its multiples, right? Let's say the matrix has only distinct numbers. It's written in the matrix has only distinct numbers. If it had repeated numbers, तो लग जाते, रोना आ जाता. मैट्रिक्स में रिपीटेड नंबर होते तो बेटा रोना आ जाता. क्यों? क्योंकि समझो इधर भी 2 है, इधर भी 2 है, इधर भी 2 है. इसका भी पूरा टेबल चलेगा 2 से लेके 10 रेज टू 6 तक. इसमें कम से कम 10 रेज टू 6 बाय 2 नंबर होंगे. अरे सबका इतना इतना टेबल चलेगा? नहीं 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 नहीं. इसलिए लाइफ को इजी करने के लिए सारे पॉजिटिव नंबर डिस्टिंक्ट है भाई, आराम से ऐसा. And there can be maximum like how many numbers, like 10 raised to 5, right? So when you are at 1, you will be generating how many multiples? 1, 2, 3. These all are the multiples of 1 till 10 raised to 6. So 10 raised to 6 multiples your loop will generate for 1. How many multiples it will generate for 2? 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 raised to 6 by 2 multiples. Till 10 raised to 6 by 3, 10 raised to 6 by 4, till 10 raised to 6 by 10 raised to 5. In the worst case, I am saying, let's say in the worst case, our matrix has values from 1 to 10 raised to 5. Because matrix has only 10 raised to 5 positive positions possible, that was mentioned in the question. Even if this last value was 10 raised to 6, then also, summation of this value is close to 10 raised to 6 log 10 raised to 6, which is a harmonic progression. It is a mathematic concept. Basically, n by 1 plus n by 2 plus n by 3. These are total how many iterations till n by n is very close to like n log n. Even if it is not going till n by n, it's very very close to n log n. And this is a beautiful math concept. You need to write code for it, and then our session is done. All react with love emojis if it is clear to everyone. And write clear or yes or something, sir, in the Google chat. Clear? Okay. Ram Ram.